Hey there, Cyamak Ashtiani coming at you with a brand new lesson called Cyamak's Tap Slide Technique in Groupings of 3. Now this technique was shown to you in a previous lesson called Cyamak's Tap Slide Technique in Groupings of 4. The purpose of this lesson is now to show you that same technique using triplets, sextuplets, however way you want to think about it, so that you can apply this to even more avenues of your playing rather than just situations with even note groupings. So we're going to be doing these at a tempo of 100, and basically I'm going to do figures A, B combined for you in the beginning, and then we're going to go back over them and do them a little bit slowly and break them down for you and explain to you exactly what I'm doing. So here is figure A, figure A again, okay. Here's figure B. B again. Okay, now here's figures A and B combined. And one more time. Alright, so let's break these down. Now, figure A is based around the B minor pentatonic scale. I do throw a couple notes from the B natural minor scale in there, but it's mostly B minor pentatonic. And here it is slowly. Okay. Again, slowly. Okay. So what I'm doing here in the beginning is I'm actually starting off with a tap note, 12th fret on the first string, and I'm pulling off onto the 7th fret. So, okay, and I'm going, so that tap note on the 12th fret is getting pulled off to the 7th fret, and then I'm doing an unassisted hammer-on with my pinky on my left hand and hammering on onto the 10th fret of the 2nd string. So. And I am moving to this note, but I'm actually not hitting it first. I'm actually tapping the 12th fret of the 2nd string and pulling off onto that 7th fret on the 2nd string. So, okay, so that's what's going on. And then I'm actually using that tap note and pull off the slide up to the 10th fret on the 2nd string. Assisted hammer on onto the 11th fret on the 3rd string with my middle finger, and then tapping the 14th fret on that same string, and then pulling off and sliding down to the 9th fret on that same string. So that's how figure A starts out. Figure B is actually a B minor arpeggio, and it's this particular technique. This particular fashion and technique is not something I invented. This I pulled out of my 80s bag of tricks. But in essence, it represents the theory behind the technique I'm explaining here. So what we've got here in figure B is slowly. Okay, so that again slowly is. So again, what that is the B minor arpeggio, and the concept behind what I'm doing is I'm outlining this bar chord voicing of a B minor, and I'm actually outlining this left hand voicing of B minor. Okay, so I'm actually tapping the bar chord voicing. Whoop. Okay, and then meanwhile my left hand is fretting that voicing, so you're getting okay. So what I'm doing is I'm starting off with a tap note here, tapping 17th fret on the 5th string and pulling off to the 14th fret. And then what's going on is I'm actually doing an unassisted hammer-on right onto the 12th fret of the 4th string and actually doing a tap note under the 16th fret of the same string and pulling off, which creates a triplet feel. So, okay, and then I'm continuing that same pattern of like that little triplet feel from string to string all the way down to your arpeggio. So the first two notes are 17th fret, tap, and pull off under the 14th fret, and then we're doing this little kind of a triplet feel. Up and down the arpeggio again, and that little triplet feel is basically, again, unassisted hammer-on followed by a tap and a pull-off tap. Okay, so the tap note and then pull-off, that accounts for 3 notes, okay, with the unassisted hammer-on. So that is figure B, and now figures A and B combined slowly go. That again slowly is. Alright, so that concludes our lesson on Cyamak's tap slide technique and groupings of 3. Hope you guys have learned something. Keep in mind that the fingering here, the finger combinations that I've notated for the left hand are extremely important. You do not want to get yourself in a situation where you can't get out of it in terms of, for instance, needing to get to this note, but ending on this particular fret on the string right above it, and then you can't actually do an unassisted hammer-on to that note. So the fingers that I have indicated in the tablature in the lesson is very, very, very important. You don't want to get used to doing something and then figuring out, oh man, I gotta go back and relearn this with a different set of fingers because the way that you did it wasn't efficient enough. So, a little dampener here, which can be any kind of a hair scrunchie or just this, piece of cloth you tied around your guitar. Very handy. You don't need a lot of gain. Again, I've got kind of like a little bit of a bluesy. Yeah, so I've got a little bit of a bluesy kind of distortion going here. But you can even do this with a clean tone. So, again, hope you guys have learned something. This is Cyamak Ashtiani, and we'll see you guys next time.